I think it raises the confidence, I think, and the belief that that we can compete with any team at that level in European competitions, with European kind of games that are very different to the Premier League. And I think we showed a lot of maturity in the way that we played, but as well, I think we put our stamp in the way that we want to behave in Europe against top teams, and I really like that.
After years of heartbreak and close calls, Arsenal fans dare to dream again. Last season, the Gunners were unstoppable for much of the campaign, breaking records, dominating opponents, and playing with a swagger reminiscent of the Invincibles. But when the dust settled, they still fell short. This time around, it feels different. With new signings bolstering the squad, Arteta's vision becoming clearer, and key players hitting their prime, Arsenal aren't just knocking on the door, they're ready to kick it down with rival teams taking notice. So, with every reason to fight, can Arsenal finally end their 20-year title drought? After Arsene Wenger stepped down in 2018, Arsenal went through a series of managerial changes with Unai Emery and Freddie Ljungberg, experiencing a lot of ups and downs. Now, Mikel Arteta is entering his fourth full season at the helm. Under his guidance, Arsenal has shown significant improvement, culminating in a strong second-place finish last season. Impressive, but not the top spot they're aiming for. So what's Arteta's game plan to make this season stand out? Despite his remarkable progress, it's frustrating that Arsenal has only secured one FA Cup and 2 Community Shields under his leadership. The days of Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, and Patrick Vieira might be in the past, but Arteta's squad not only scored more goals but also achieved more wins, even breaking records along the way. To put it into perspective, the legendary Invincibles' 90-point tally wouldn't have been enough to clinch the Premier League title in this era. Arteta has built a team of hungry, committed players who are relentlessly pursuing success. He's undoubtedly the best manager Arsenal could have, perhaps only second to his adversary at Manchester City. Were he available, any top club in the world would be eyeing him as their next coach. But he remains Arsenal's biggest weapon in their quest for a title. Arsenal had a season for the history books in 2023-24, but despite these stellar stats, they narrowly missed out on the title, finishing just behind the unstoppable Manchester City. It's easy to feel a bit deflated when you're chasing a team that's dominated the league like City has. 4 straight titles and 6 of the last 7 is no joke. But Arsenal's not hitting the brakes. They're ready to build on last season's success and fix some key issues. One big area they've zeroed in on is the left-back position. Remember Jurriën Timber? The £34 million signing from Ajax was a huge blow when he got injured on the first day of the season and was out for almost the whole year. This left Arsenal juggling between Alexander Zinchenko, Jakub Kivior, and Takehiro Tomiyasu, resulting in mixed results and a clear vulnerability on the left side that opponents were quick to exploit. The good news? Timber's back, and Arsenal's not stopping there. They've snapped up Riccardo Calafiori from Bologna for £42 million. Calafiori's got the chops to play both left-back and centre-back, adding some much-needed flexibility to their defense. And let's not forget about centre-back William Saliba, who is one of only 3 Arsenal players to feature in every minute of last season's Premier League. Mikel Arteta might want to rotate his squad a bit more this season, especially during those intense stretches. Fatigue definitely played a part in their home loss to Aston Villa last season, which came right in the middle of their Championships League quarter-final against Bayern Munich. Keeping the squad fresh will be the key as they push for that elusive title. Arteta has been trying out different midfield setups, with Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, and new signing Declan Rice forming a promising trio. Their chemistry is developing, and with time, they could become one of the most formidable midfields in the league. Partey's injuries and occasional shifts in position have sometimes disrupted the midfield balance. With Merino now in the mix, we could see an even stronger midfield unit. Odegaard is thriving in his creative role, while Partey and Rice offer flexibility. This versatility gives Arteta more options to adjust tactics based on the opposition. Improving on last season's performances and making a strong run in the Champions League will be challenging, but with Merino's addition, they lighten Declan Rice's load in the midfield, letting Arsenal keep up their intensity across all competitions. Merino is expected to play on the left, but he can also drop deeper if needed, providing more options for Arteta. In terms of attack, new signing Kai Havertz has the potential to be a revelation for Arsenal. His versatility allows him to play effectively through the middle or on the flanks. If he can replicate his best form, he could be a significant asset, easing the pressure on Arsenal to find a new forward this summer. With Gabriel Jesus returning in promising preseason form and Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli also capable of playing centrally if needed, Arsenal's attacking options look solid. When it comes to depth, Arsenal's attacking lineup is strong, arguably only behind Liverpool's with Jota and Nunez. Manchester City's depth took a hit with Julian Alvarez's departure, leaving them reliant on Erling Haaland, who, despite being the world's best striker, has had his share of injury issues. Many fans dream of adding a 25-goal striker, and while it's a rare find, it's not something that would be turned down lightly. Martinelli is a player fans absolutely love. He's the first choice on the left wing, though we understand why some might argue for Trossard. Martinelli's overall game and potential offer a better package compared to Trossard, making him the more likely starter on the left. Speaking of Trossard, he made an impact with his first touch as a substitute in a 2-0 win against Aston Villa. He's great at finding pockets of space, using his experience to shoot or pass effectively, and getting into positions to capitalize on his excellent end product. Last season, he showed good shot production and finishing, plus more creativity in his debut year with Arsenal. However, on the right wing, Bukayosaka dominates. His growth over the last 3 seasons has been phenomenal, and there's still more to come from him. The only concern is what happens if Saka gets injured. With the team set to compete in 4 competitions this season, having a proven player to step up is crucial to challenge Manchester City. Manchester City enjoyed a stellar Premier League season last year, even surpassing their treble-winning campaign. Many would assume they'll keep up their dominant streak. However, a closer look at their squad depth, quality, and fitness reveals a natural and gradual decline. Kevin De Bruyne is arguably City's most crucial player, and this has been evident throughout his time with the club. His impact was clear when City's form surged upon his return from injury last season. But at 33 years old, the risk of De Bruyne suffering more injuries is higher. If he were to go down again this season, City's capabilities would take a significant hit. Several other key players like Kyle Walker, John Stones, Bernardo Silva, and Mateo Kovacic are also 30 or older, making it likely they'll experience a decline in both quality and fitness over the season. This could be a major concern for Pep Guardiola, given these players have been central to City's recent success. Additionally, the sale of Julian Alvarez has left City short on quality backup for Erling Haaland. An injury to Haaland would be catastrophic, stripping City of their main source of goals. City's dominance in the Premier League seems to be on the wane due to this gradual decline in squad depth, quality, and fitness. This shift could greatly boost Arsenal's chances of winning the league this season, as their younger and arguably equally matched squad positions them well to capitalize on City's vulnerabilities. This season's title race could very well be a showdown between Arsenal and Manchester City. While teams like Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham, and Chelsea have strong squads, they may face challenges that prevent them from mounting a consistent title challenge. Liverpool is looking to bounce back from a rough year, but they may need time to regain their peak form. Manchester United, Tottenham, and Chelsea are undergoing transitions of their own and might not yet be ready to compete at the very top. So it's really just Manchester City standing in Arsenal's way for the title this season. With various factors working in their favor, Mikel Arteta's side looks more capable of clinching the Premier League crown. This could very well be Arsenal's year to finally grab that top spot. There's been some frustration among Arsenal fans, especially with the departure of several promising academy prospects this summer, like Mario Koscielny, Rua Walters, and Chido Obi Martin. Arteta's apparent reluctance to trust youngsters with first-team responsibilities has added to this frustration. In Obi Martin's case, financial reasons might have influenced his move to Manchester United. However, fresh energy could come from 2 exciting prospects, Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Nwaneri made history as the youngest ever Premier League player in September 2022 at just 15 years and 181 days old. Now 17, he along with Lewis-Skelly have shown promise in preseason. Both will be eager to seize any opportunity to contribute to Arsenal's first team this season. On a broader scale, Arsenal is taking a more aggressive approach to signing young talent, aiming to strengthen the flow from their Haaland Academy in the coming years. This could be a game changer for the club's future. Interestingly, Arsenal might not even need to surpass last season's 89-point tally to win the title. Arteta has ambitiously set his sights on the maximum 114 points possible, reflecting the high standards set by Manchester City. City's 6 title-winning seasons have seen insane point totals, showing just how competitive the league has become. Although Arteta is in the final year of his contract, it's widely believed he will sign a new deal, and he hinted at the possibility earlier this summer. The Gunners seem to be on an upward trajectory, with a young, vibrant squad ready to make a mark. The big question now is whether they can turn this potential into tangible success. Arsenal is determined to build on last season's record-breaking achievements, having identified weaknesses, strengthened key positions, and carefully considered their options as the transfer window closes. For over 2 decades, Arsenal have been the thorn in the side of many rivals. Remember the glory days at Highbury, with fans chanting about Chelsea's lack of silverware? Those were the days of Seaman's incredible saves, Winterburn's screamers, and Henry's clinical finishes. These memories reflect how Arsenal's past success has shaped the Premier League narrative. Now that same Arsenal DNA seems to be making a comeback. The pain and frustration felt by rivals during those golden years could resurface if Arsenal continues on its current path. The hunger for success, fueled by recent disappointments, might be the driving force behind their Premier League push this year. Can Arteta and his young squad finally bring the Premier League trophy back to the Emirates? Who do you think will be the standout player this season? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Click on the video on your screen now to discuss why Liverpool's lethal attack could be unstoppable.